all communication is situated communication. What that means is that there is a particular context, a time and place, a particular audience and readers, and a particular purpose in any kind of speaking or writing situation. It applies to formal situations as well as to informal situations. Let's say your former school principal invites you to give a 5-minute speech to the graduating class about options for higher studies at Karachi University. This entire prompt constitutes what we call the situation. There is a certain audience, there's a particular kind of response that is expected of you, that is a 5-minute speech. There is a venue for you for your speech, and there is a particular topic and a goal associated with that, which is to inform your audience. Here's another example of situatedness of communication. So you have to submit an internship job application. There's a particular company that is going to vet your application against other candidates who are applying. They have certain expectations that you have to meet. There's certain background required of you. All these things are what we can call the elements or components or pieces of a communication situation. So, to put myself more formally, what I've been talking about can be described in terms of 4 elements that make up a situation, whether it is a speaking situation or a writing situation. And these 4 factors are abbreviated as PALM. Here, PALM, P stands for purpose, A stands for audience, that would include readers in the case of writing, L stands for logistics, and M refers to medium and mode. And I'll just explain what these 4 things mean. Whenever we are faced by a situation that requires a formal response by way of communication, the very first factor to consider, the very first thing, the very first question to ask oneself is this: am I supposed to inform and educate my audience or readers? Or, on the other hand, am I supposed to persuade them? Informing or educating the audience could mean a lot of different things. It could mean filling some gap in their understanding. It could mean clarifying something which is vague. It could mean defining something which is widely misunderstood or comparing 2 things. It could mean simplifying something complex or complicated. Persuading your audience or your readership means one of 3 things. A, to impress on them the importance or significance of an issue or making them concerned about it. B, to change their opinion or stance or point of view about something. Or C, mobilizing them or activating them towards something practical. If you've seen my other video on purposes of writing, you'd recall that I mentioned 4 purposes. I want to point out that as purposes, description and narration, although they may be put to persuasive use in general, usually they are treated as informational purposes. Next we come to the second factor, which is audience or readership. Is your audience or readership homogeneous, that is uniform, or diverse? What is their identity, which means what is the gender composition of your target group, their age, their religion, their organizational affiliation, their political affinity. Also, in the case of presentations, how many people would you be addressing in writing? Who will read your piece? Where are your readers located? In analyzing the audience, focus only on the relevant aspects of the audience. Say you're giving a speech on the topic of inflation or price hikes. Now, obviously, religion, the geographic background are not all that relevant as opposed to the occupation and the socio-economic situation of the people. So focus on that. What this means is that when you are thinking about the audience, given the situation that you have to speak on this particular topic, the topic of inflation or price hikes, try to think about what their life is like. What are their common experiences? What are their common problems? So that your points and your examples, etc., can all come from their experience and appeal to them. Hooray! We're 2 factors down and we have just 2 more factors to go. The first of the 2 is logistics. Logistics refers to time, place, and other practicalities relevant to the product that you are preparing. Say, if it's a presentation, how much time do you have for the presentation? That is, how long will be your speech? Also, how much time do you have for preparation for the speech? If it is a proposal that you have to submit, where is the proposal going to go? What's the email address? If it is a speech or presentation, will you have a sound system, an audiovisual support system to aid you? Or you have to speak without a microphone. If it is a letter to the editor that you're writing, is it supposed to be sent to just one person or also CC'd to someone else? The fourth and final factor are medium and mode. So medium refers to the choice of language and your level of formality or style. So is your language going to be English, Urdu, or are you going to code mix? Is your style going to be formal, informal, colloquial, or on the other hand, academic, business speak? Mode refers to the structure of format of the form of writing or presentation that you have to put together. So how is it going to start? What are you going to say or write in the middle? How are you going to end it? What are the conventions of connecting the different parts of the piece that you are producing, etc. Now this is the elephant in the room. Why on earth do you need to do the 4-factor analysis? Why can't you get started right off the bat with whatever you have to write or speak? And the answer is you want to be effective, you want to be successful, you want to succeed at whatever you are communicating to your target group. One thing that must not be forgotten about the 4-factor analysis is that it is unlike any other step. Other steps you do once and get over with, you move on. But the 4-factor analysis is a step that applies to every single step that you perform after this. So, brainstorming, developing your thesis, your points, your supporting data, your opening and closing. Everything you do by way of preparing your product of communication must consider your purpose of communication, must keep your audience front and center, must consider the logistics, and must consider the medium and mode. So whether you are brainstorming, developing your specific topic, hammering out your alternative claim statements, choosing a particular topic statement or thesis, working out your main points, developing your supporting evidence, thinking about how you're going to open or close your piece, everything must consider the 4 factors.